Good morning, student. This is your lecture number 3 on digital electronics. In the last class, we have studied about what are the advantages of digital electronics. Then we started a new chapter, that is Boolean algebra. We discuss about why we are going to study about Boolean algebra. That is, in order to reduce the number of logic gates or number of hardwares, we need to use Boolean algebra. But the limitation of Boolean algebra is we can use it up to 3 variables. Beyond 3 variables, we are going to study about Carnot map. So in Boolean algebra, I have started rule number 1, that is complementary rule. So the basic symbol of this complement, the logic gate we are going to use is, this is the logic symbol for complement, that is known as NOT gate. Here we have only one input and the output we denote it by a bar or a complement, a prime or not a. We have seen this in set theory, that if the set is represent a, then this outside part is complement of a. So in digital, we are going to consider about two logic, that is, one is positive logic and another one is negative logic. In positive logic, suppose you have considered two voltage level, that is, if this voltage level is 0 volt and this is your plus 5 volt, in positive logic the highest voltage will be taken as 1 and the lowest voltage will be taken as 0. Similarly, in negative logic, if this is plus 5 volt and this is 0 volt, this highest voltage level, that is obviously from 0 volt, in between 0 volt and 5 volt, 5 volt is the highest voltage, that will be considered as logic 0 and this 0 volt will be considered as logic 1. So you have two voltage, obviously two voltage level, hence you need one bit to represent. I have already told you about, that is 2 to the power n is equal to L, where L is the number of voltage level. Here we have two voltage level, that is either 0 volt or 5 volt, hence here n is the number of bits, so n is equal to log base 2 L. N is equal to, how to calculate number of bits if the number of voltage level will be given, that is, if here we have two voltage level, hence log base 2 which is equal to 1. So number of bits required to represent two voltage level is 1. Similarly, if there are 4 voltage level, we need 2 bits to represent, that is 0 0 0 1 1 0 and 1 1. So I am going to take an example. So we have two voltage level, how we represent it? By using a bit 0 or 1. So if I apply here input to this complement gate is 0, then what will be its output? That is 1. If I apply 1, then what will be its output of the NOT gate? That is 0. So you have to remember that 0 complement is always equal to 1, 1 complement is always equal to 0. So Let us take another example. That is, if I am applying a pulse, this is our input. Here this square wave. I am applying it to this NOT gate. Then what will be its output? So output of the NOT gate, that is here this this is the lower level and this is the highest level. This highest lower level is known as 0. This is your 0 and this is your 1. Similarly, this is 0, 1, 0, 1. So obviously, if I apply 0 this to this NOT gate, what will be its output? Output will be 1. 1. But suddenly here the pulse will be at high, that is from 0 to the transition will be from 0 to 1, hence the output will be 0. Again we are applying 0, then output will be high, that will be 1. Similarly, this is 0, then 1, then we have 0. So here we are applying 0, we are getting output 1. When we apply 1, output we are getting 0. So this is obviously the inverse, that is the complement. So I am applying this square wave as the input, and this is the output after passing through this NOT gate. So what will be the truth table for this? The truth table we are considering, that is input here is 1, that is A, and the output is Y is equal to A bar. So if A is equal to 0, then what will be the output? Output will be 1. If A is equal to 1, what will be its output? Output will be 0. This is a very simple logic. Here the important note, if I complement, that is after passing through the NOT gate, I got a complement of complement, that will give us the original input, that is A. This is the very important concept. We are going to use it extensively, and you should remember complement of complement always going to give you the original signal. That is how to implement this logic in circuit. For example, we have one NOT gate, then we cascaded another NOT gate. See here, cascading means adding in series. If I apply input A, then what will be the output of this NOT gate? That will be A prime or A bar. Then now I am applying A bar to this NOT gate, that is the second NOT gate. What will be its output? That will be A. That is, if I am applying 0, first gate output will be 1, then again the second gate output will be 0. Hence, you need to remember the complement of complement is always equal to the original variable. Then how to implement this complement? This is the circuit symbol, and if I apply the input, and this will be the output. Then how to design this circuit? How to design this complement NOT gate by using switching logic? So we will see that. Switching logic. So before I start about switching logic, I will start teaching about switching logic. We will see rule number 2, that is a buffer gate. The symbol for this buffer gate is just a triangle like structure. Here if I apply input A, the output will be A. The purpose of this buffer gate with respect to digital electronics is it will produce output after some delay. So particularly for in order to provide some delay, we are using this buffer circuit in case of digital electronics. What will be the its application? What are its application with respect to your transistor or amplifier? In that case, this buffer is used as impedance matching circuit. We will see that. So if I apply 0, so after some nanosecond of delay, that is for example 2 nanosecond is the delay. So after 2 nanosecond of delay, it will again produce the same output. The purpose of the buffer circuit, the application of buffer circuit is to produce delay. So let us see how we are going to implement this circuit by using switching logic. So in switching circuit, I am going to take a switch and obviously a bulb, that is your LED. This is the circuit symbol for your bulb. And now I am applying. Obviously these are all electrical device who need power supply. So I am applying here some DC power supply, for example 5 volt. And this switch is named as A, and this bulb is your output, that is your Y. So when this bulb will be on? Only when the current will reach from the source, obviously at the load, that is your bulb, the current will flow through this path only when the switch will be closed, because both are connected in series. In series, obviously current will be flow only when this switch will be on. The switch will be on. This on condition represented in digital electronics as high condition, that is 1. If A is equal to 1, that is if A is equal to 1, that will be your switch on condition, and A is equal to 0, that will be your switch off. So when this switch will be closed, then what will happen? Obviously the current will flow and reach at the bulb, and now the bulb will glow, that will the bulb will be on. Then we are getting that bulb will be on, then we will represent that logic in digital as Y is equal to 1 condition. When this switch is open, that will be A is equal to 0. At that time, obviously the bulb will be off, that will represent Y is equal to 0. So obviously this circuit is similar to your buffer circuit, that is your buffer gate. Previously we have seen the symbol of buffer gate. Now how we are implementing by using a switch, I have extensively discussed about that. So this is your buffer gate. So obviously how will be the truth table? That is when A is equal to 1, obviously Y is equal to 1, that is bulb will be on. When A is equal to 0, that means switch is open, then obviously no current flowing through the circuit, hence bulb will be off, that will be 0. Next will be how to implement the inverter gate, that is your NOT gate, by using this switching circuit. So we have seen that by connecting the switch in series with the bulb and the source, we are able to implement a buffer gate. Now the next connection will be, if I connect the switch in parallel, this is your parallel connection. Now I am applying 5 volt. Okay. So obviously this output of the bulb will be represented as Y, and this switch will be represented as A. So obviously when the switch is closed, suppose the switch is open, first consider the case 1, that is switch will be open. How the current will flow? Current will flow through this path, because here the switch is open, hence it will open circuit condition, that means it will provide infinite resistance. For that case we know that the current is equal to I is equal to V by R. In open circuit condition, R value of R is equal to infinity, that is V by infinity, which is equal to 0. You have already studied about this in your basic electrical circuit. So open circuit condition, hence the current flowing through this branch is 0, and all the current will be flowing through this bulb only, and we are getting Y is equal to 1. That will be current is flowing, hence the bulb will glow, that is the bulb will be on the on state, and the on state in digital we represent by bit 1, off state will be represented by bit 0. So when A is equal to 0, that is switch is here open, obviously that is switch is when off state, A is equal to 0, then output will be 1. Then the second case, when I close the switch, when I close the switch, what will happen? That is, here the switch is closed, that this represents a short circuit path. Obviously this is a bulb, each practical device having some certain resistance, but here this is the short circuit path. Then what will happen? Whatever current will be flowing from this source, supplied from this source, will be passing through this path, will be passing through this closed short circuit path. No current will be flowing through this bulb. No current will be flowing through this bulb. Hence, the bulb will be off when the switch is on. So how to show this in truth table? So obviously in truth table we are showing that this A is the switch and Y is the output, that the condition of bulb will be on or off. That is, if A is equal to 0, that is switch is open, hence all the current flowing through the bulb, and we get that output is 1. When A is equal to 1, then the output is 0. So in this way we are implementing the switching circuit. Here this switch is the electronic switch. That switch will be made up of diode or transistor. We have already studied in basic electronics that the transistor is a 3-terminal electronic device. The application of the transistor is, we are using transistor for amplification or switching purpose. Amplification we will study about this in analog electronics. For this subject, that is your digital electronics, we will use transistor as a switch. We will use transistor as a switch. Then obviously we are going to discuss about this, how a transistor will be act like a switch, and how we are going to use a transistor for implementing this inverter circuit, that is your NOT gate. So obviously I am going to replace this switch here by using a transistor. See transistor as a switch for implementing NOT gate. So transistor is a 3-terminal device. Here I am considering we have two types of transistor, that is NPN or PNP transistor. Here so we have already studied about transistor in basic electronics. That transistor is a 3-terminal electronic device. It can, the application of transistor is it can act as an amplifier or a switch. Here I am going to discuss about the second application, that is your switching logic. So this is, here the emitter is, here the arrow mark is outward, hence this is your NPN transistor. If it is into the base, then that will be your PNP transistor. So we have two types of transistor, one is NPN and another is PNP. So this terminal is your base terminal, this terminal is your emitter terminal, and this terminal is your collector. And with this collector terminal I have taken one load. Here the load is our bulb, that is your obviously Y. I am always in NPN transistor we are applying input to the base and taking output from the collector. See here, this transistor we have 3 mode of operation, basically 4 mode of operation, but for our application purpose we are using 3 mode of operation, that is your saturation mode, cutoff mode and active mode. Transistor will be acting as a switch when it operates in 2 regions, that is your saturation region or in cutoff region. For active region, transistor will be acting as a amplifier. So when the transistor will be operating in saturation mode or cutoff mode, that is here we have 2 junction, that is base to emitter junction and collector to base junction. Here this is a NPN transistor, hence this is your P, this is N and this is PN. Okay. This is your NPN transistor. Transistor is nothing but 2 diodes are connected in back to back. 2 diodes are connected. Here I am taking this diode. In case of silicon transistor, we need minimum 0.7 volt to on this diode and obviously 0.7 volt to on this diode. So transistor will operate in saturation mode only when so transistor will operate in saturation mode only when the 2 junction, that is base emitter and collector base, is in forward bias and forward bias, and it will operate in cutoff region only when both the junction is reverse biasing. So the saturation condition for transistor is the on condition and the cutoff condition is for the transistor is off condition. So this is your transistor, that will be, so this will be act like a switch is connected. On condition means the collector and emitter is connected through this switch. That means current will flow from collector to emitter. Off condition means the switch is open, no current flowing from collector to emitter. So saturation condition, that means both the junctions are forward bias. Cut-off condition, both the junctions are reverse bias. We will study about this in a chapter called logic family in a detailed manner, that is how to design this circuit. Here I am going to just showing you how that switching logic I am just now explained is implemented by using a transistor. So here I am applying 5 volt. So obviously we need 0.7 volt to on this diode, and obviously 0.7 volt to on this collector base junction diode. That means for forward biasing both the diode. So and I am applying 5 volt, that is obviously greater than 0.7 volt. Hence this transistor will be on. Then what will happen if the transistor is on? If the transistor is on, see here there is no resistance, so this path is connected, to ground. Hence the potential appear here, that is your Y, will be 0. So if you are applying a 0 volt to the bulb, obviously the bulb will be off. So here we are applying input A is equal to 5 volt and we are getting output Y is equal to 0. Why? Because here in this case the transistor is on, hence this branch, this is the output branch which is connected to the ground via this transistor. The next case, that is your case 2. If I am applying input 0 volt, please note the previous case, that is your case 1, when I am applying input as A is equal to 5 volt, that is your bit 1, and we are getting output as 0. In the second case, case 2, I am applying 0 volt. In order to turn on the transistor, we are minimum requirement of voltage is 0.7 volt. Minimum requirement of voltage is 0.7 volt, but we are applying 0 volt. Hence, this diode will be off, and obviously this diode is off. Off condition in diode is known as reverse bias condition. So in the reverse bias condition, transistor will be goes into cut-off mode. Transistor will be enter into cut-off mode. For that case, this switch will be open. Hence, this collector and emitter is not connected. Hence, and obviously there is no current flowing through this branch. There is no current flowing through this branch. Hence, this VCC, that is also your 5 volt. Hence, this VCC is entirely going to appear here, because there is no voltage drop across this resistor also. Hence, this 5 volt is entirely going to appear across the bulb, and obviously your bulb will be on, that is represented as Y is equal to 1. See here, we are applying input as A is equal to 0 and we are getting Y is equal to 1, that is obviously complement. That's the circuit. Obviously a single transistor, how this is utilizing, we are utilizing this single transistor, we are how to implement the inverter circuit by using a transistor, we have discussed this. So this is the circuit symbol for this transistor. This is the practical circuit. In the lab, in the laboratory, on the printed circuit board, we are going to design a inverter circuit by using this transistor. Here the output obviously is a LED, and we are applying supply voltage to this base terminal. The purpose of this resistor, two resistor, that is RB and RC. Here the RB is the current limiting resistor for input terminal, and RC is the current limiting resistor for output terminal. Because if there is no resistor, this path will be short circuited. Hence, huge amount of current that will be flows into your transistor will goes burn out. So important rule is here in complement, that is a complement of complement will get the same variable. A complement of A is always equal to A. So this rule, again I am telling, we are going to use this extensively. So you need to remember this. Complement of complement is always equal to A. Here A is the variable. That means if 0 complement of complement, 0 complement is 1, hence 1 complement which is equal to 0, that is variable itself. The next gate, the next logic we will study about, that is rule number 2, that is AND gate. The circuit symbol, the logical symbol for AND gate is this is the logical symbol of AND gate. AND gate. Here we need minimum 2 input. Here we need minimum 2 input. 3, 4 input is also we can give as many inputs as per our requirement. That is, if you increase the number of voltage level, that is more than 2, so we can apply also 3, 4 input as per our requirement. But minimum input is 2. So for this gate, I am considering 2 input, that is A and B. So I have already told you that if the number of input is 2, then how many combination will be possible? Please note it down. If the number of input is n, if the number of input is n, this is your input and this is your output. Here the number of input is n, then number of possible combination is number of possible combination of input is, always remember, 2 to the power n. So for example, in the last gate, that is your NOT gate, we have 1 input, hence 2 possible combination, that is either 0 or 1. Here we have 2 input, so by putting the value of n is equal to 2, for AND gate we are putting n is equal to 2 because here we have applying 2 input, hence the number of possible 2 square is equal to 4. The number of possible combination is 4. Then we are going to draw the truth table. So in the truth table, we have input A and B and output is Y. So here we have 2 inputs, hence how many number of possible combination of input is, that is 2 square, that is equal to 4. And what are these combination? That is either 0 0, 0 0 means off for with respect to your switching logic, 0 1, that is off on, 1 0 on off, 1 1, that is on. This AND gate output will be high, always remember that this AND gate output will be high only when both the inputs are high. That is when we apply A is equal to 1, B is equal to 1, that is the only condition at which this AND gate's output will be 1. Here we have 2 input and both the inputs are 0, obviously output will be 0. Here one of the input is 0, that means this will be 0. Here also one of the input is 0, output will be 0. Here we have both the inputs are high, that is 1 and 1, output will be 1. So keep in mind, in case of AND gate, when both the inputs are in the high state, that is in the logic 1 condition, only when will be the output of the AND gate will be high, that is Y is equal to 1. So what will be the output here in terms of variable, that is A dot B. Here this dot operation represents AND, logic AND. This dot symbol represents logic AND. So again I am going to describe this table. AND gate output will goes to 1 only when both the inputs are high, that is both the inputs are equal, that is in the logic 1 state. When only one of the input or both the inputs are 0, output will be 0. Then how to implement? Suppose we have, so remember this truth table. Now we are going to see some note. This is very important. Please keep practicing about this. Keep. Suppose if both the inputs are equal, both the inputs are equal means A and B are equal, that means A dot A or B dot B. So both the inputs are equal. In AND logic we will get the variable as A. Here we can observe this. If both the inputs, that is A and B, both are 0, output will be at logic 0. If both the inputs are 1, output will be at logic 1. Similarly, in terms of variable, if A and A will produce you A. So if one of the input is A, that may be 0 or 1, and another input is 0 always. That means here I am drawing this circuit for you. So for example, this is your AND gate. I am making this as ground, that is always one of the input is 0 and another is A. In that case, here A means one variable, that variable may be 0 or 1, but one of the input is always 0, hence A output will be A dot 0, that is equal to 0. Why 0? Here we can see, if one of the input is 0, then whatever may be the input, that may be 0 or 1, output will be 0. Output will be 0. So always remember this, A and 0 always equal to 0, A and A is equal to A with 1 is always equal to A, that is one of the input is high, that is one of the input is always 1. In that case, whatever may be the other input, that is your variable, if it is 0, then output will be 0. If A is equal to 1, that is 1 dot 1, that output will be 1. So always remember this. This is very, very important. We are going to use it in various numerical Boolean algebra. That is, if both the inputs applied to the AND gate is same, that is A and A, always going to produce you output A. Then A and 0 always equal to 0, A and 1 equal to A, and A with A complement, that always gives you, this is also very important, A and A complement, that always gives you 0. That means if I now I am proving this, A and another one is A complement, that always gives you 0. Why? Because if I take A equal to 1, then obviously complement of 1 is 0, so 1 dot 0 equal to 0. If I take this A is equal to 0, then complement of 0 is 1, but after the AND operation, the output will be 0. So this is very important. This is the key points. Please note it down. A and A equal to A and 0 equal to 0, A and 1 equal to A and A complement equal to 0. This is the conclusion of this. We are drawing this conclusion from the truth table. See once again, if both the inputs are equal, that is 0 0 or 1 1, output will be 0 or 1, that is here if both the inputs are A, the output will be A. If one of the input is 0, output is, in case of AND operation, the output will be 0. If one of the input is 1 and another is variable, the output will be that variable A. Here we can take if B and 1, that means the output will be B. if one of the input is A and another is the complement of A, the output will be always equal to 0. Please note it down. These are all very important conclusion of AND gate. Okay, in the next class we will see about how to implement this NAND gate by using switching logic, and then by using transistor. Then we will study about rule 3. So basically in each and every rule I am going to discuss about how many inputs we are going to apply, minimum input, the circuit symbol, the logic symbol we are using for that particular operation. For example, NOT operation, we are using a triangular shape, and this is for your NOT operation. For buffer, and this symbol is for logic AND operation. Then we will discuss about the truth table. After that, some conclusion. Then after the truth table and conclusion, how to implement this. This is the circuit symbol, but how to implement this circuit symbol practically. I am taking an example of switch and bulb, and then again how to implement that switch, because this is your electronic subject. The important of switch is we will come across every time to implement switch practically. So this switch can be made up of by using transistor or diode. So this will be the step to design a AND gate. So after each gate I am going to discuss about the logic symbol, the truth table, the switching logic, and how to implement by using transistor or diode. So thank you. Next call we will continue from this.